Hey my friend, welcome back to a new message. Most probably, as many of us, you've been taught to believe that there's never enough. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough love, not enough chances. Or maybe you've been conditioned to think that you have to move fast and hustle hard and prove your worth and earn rest and so on. What I will give you today, by the end of this video, that entire structure will dissolve. What if scarcity is not a universal truth, but just a story that you've outgrown? You don't need to scramble anymore, my friend. You don't need to fight for scarps or opportunity. The moment you realize that scarcity is optional, you open yourself to an entirely new way of moving through life. Because that's something that's available to you. But maybe it feels impossible because for such a long time you've been trained to live in fear. And obviously you believe that because you have evidence for it. So naturally we believe what we see around us. But only when we stop trying to force some kind of a change, we open up to the possible change. So what I want to give you today is an encouragement to start moving more like you have more than enough. To start to feel like there's more than enough time. There's more than enough opportunities. There's more than enough capacity to handle what's in front of you. Not just to fake it, but to start exploring how much different you feel when you say to yourself, no, there is enough time. There is enough opportunities. There is more than enough. Like, one of the biggest shifts in my belief system happened when I've started writing down an affirmation. It was a very simple thing that I've started doing around 8 years ago. Because I had this mentality for money, like I never have more than enough. I always earn just enough to pay all the bills and everything. So I've started writing down, I have more than I can spend. This was the affirmation. Obviously, I didn't stay there, but that was something I've been writing down for 21 times every single morning. I have more than I can spend. So now that this affirmation changed everything all of a sudden, I've just started thinking like that. Like as well, I was moving through the day, I've been thinking like I have more than I can spend. I have more than I can spend. Even though I was not receiving more, I've just started contemplating on this idea, like how would I feel if I would have more than I can spend? And then you know what started happening that was very interesting to me? I've started receiving ideas that could bring me financial breakthroughs. And that's when I've started receiving ideas for a YouTube channel and for how to improve the sale of my art and so on. And then years later, things started blooming. So you see, this affirmation didn't change anything in that time, but it changed my future completely because I've stopped thinking like I have only enough to survive. I've started believing there's more than enough for me. You know, when you walk into a room with the energy of more than enough, I'm sure someone will feel it. When you approach your dreams with the energy of kind of like capability, like you will make it happen, you know it's possible for you, there's some kind of a confidence that burns inside of you, and that's what opens doors. So obviously when it comes to your future, there must be some kind of a dream that's important to you, like not just whatever, like I want to have a bunch of money that has no background for you. It must be something that sparks you so deeply that you want to move towards it. And as you find it, as you uncover it, you will easily think like there's more than enough chances for you. There's more than enough opportunities for you. So the point is that you find something that you feel worthy of believing in. The reason so many people feel stuck isn't because life is against them, it's because they're still carrying the frequency of not enough, of panic, of rushing, of bracing for life to fall apart and so on. But you're not here to brace. You're here to build, to expand, to receive. How many of you feel that? Let me know in the comment section. Write down, I'm building something. Well, write what you are building. Inspire someone, my friend. And when you embody that energy, life begins to meet you differently. So let's talk about time a little bit. We've all been sold this lie, let's say like that there's never enough of it, that we are running out, that we're behind because everything is just moving so fast right now. But when you move like you have more than enough time, everything shifts. You slow down, you stop rushing so much. You relax when you have time for that, right? You take time for that. You're not like, I don't have time for that. You make time for that because you're in control of it. You relax, and as you relax, you maybe get some clarity around what could be the next move. You start making better decisions. You stop chasing shortcuts that take you further from where you actually want to be. More than enough time means you trust that life is not a race, it's a rhythm, and you're allowed to move at your own pace. The impossible often happens in these quiet, unrushed moments when you stop pushing and start allowing. And the impossible in this sense is something that was just out of your perception before it was impossible. Like when I've started painting, something that I live now back at that time would be completely impossible. I would not even dream about that. What I'm doing today, I never had a thought about it. It organically evolved into this. That's why I'm sharing these messages with you, just to show you that the impossible is possible. And then there's your capacity. How many times you have told yourself, like, I can't handle this, it's too much. How many times you say that to yourself? Let me know in the comments. What if you can? What if you can handle it? What if your nervous system, your heart, your soul, what if you have more capacity than you've ever given yourself credit for? Like just 2 years ago, my partner Maya had a crash with our scooter. And since that day, she never found courage to ride it again. But then this year, she decided that she wants to overcome this fear because she doesn't like this feeling that she feels blocked by it. Like she just felt like she wants to overcome it. So she slowly started, contemplating this idea that she will ride that scooter again. And then she went together with me. I was sitting behind her and she took a short ride and she noticed, well, it was not so complicated than she made in her mind. After that crash, she thought it's so hard to ride it, it's so unpredictable and it's easy to crash. Until eventually she recognized that most of that fear was just made up and expanded in her mind, because after that crash she never overcame it. Now she's riding it like nothing again, because she decided that she's capable of overcoming that fear. And so many people, when they go through something challenging like that, they never return to it. My message is, always return to something that scares you, because only this way you can master it, right? So I said, what if your nervous system, your heart, your soul, what if you have more capacity than you've ever given yourself credit for? We shrink our lives too much just because we want to match what we think we can handle. But when you walk like you have more capacity, life starts to offer you more. The impossible happens when you rise to meet it, when you stop avoiding growth because you trust you can hold it, right? There's so much of science that says the only way to really to overcome fear or to overcome insecurity is to start doing more of what you're afraid of. To build confidence, start doing more of what you feel maybe uncomfortable about. To become more maybe skillful at something, start doing it more frequently. This is the magic, right? That's how the impossible happens. And suddenly you find yourself in a reality where once in the past felt completely impossible for you. So you've been moving like life is working against you sometimes. But what if life actually wants to support you, but you believed that it works against you? Walk like you trust yourself. Talk like you trust yourself. Build your life like you trust that life can meet you where you are. So I know this sounds like some positive thinking, like I would just try to trust myself. But actually you need to change your body language. You need to change your body posture. You need to move differently. You need to change your breathing patterns. And many times, you need to alter your self-image to see yourself differently. So you activate different parts of your brain. So you approach the situation differently, right? So instead of feeling some kind of resentment, you feel trust. You feel confident about it. You're not here to constantly prepare for disappointment. You're here to prepare for miracles, to prepare for expansion, to prepare for impossible to become your new baseline. That's why you're here. And when you start expecting life to support you, life rearranges itself to do exactly that. That's why I'm sharing today with you a painting called The Universe Has Your Back. That's what it symbolizes. It was a commissioned work for a very beautiful soul. So if you're watching this today, well, enjoying the painting. I hope it is bringing you wonderful energy to your home. You see, the impossible isn't a rare event. It's a shift in frequency. And then it's a shift in perception. Then it's a shift in belief system. And then it's a shift in how we take action. And then it's a shift in our habits. So it's a shift in patterns, what we choose to do. It's when you finally become available for the things you thought you weren't allowed to have. Once again, it's when you finally become available for the things you thought you weren't allowed to have. This is powerful, my friend. When are you willing to make yourself available for the things you thought you weren't allowed to have? You see, it's not waiting. It's not a passive thing. It's you being prepared for it. Not waiting. Living like there's more than enough. Not overspending. Not doing some of this kind of things. But just breathing and living and feeling that like there's more than enough. It's just a choice. Like opening your heart is a choice. Opening your mind, stopping, when you stop judging, stop gossiping, and just opening your mind, it's all a choice. When you choose to change your habits, it's a choice. When you choose to wake up earlier or go to sleep earlier or meditate, it's all a choice, right? Seeing like there's more than enough is a choice. Believing that you can do the impossible is a choice. It's when you move in a way that says, I'm not scrambling anymore. I'm not in survival anymore. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to receive. The impossible is about to happen because you're stepping out of the frequency of lack and into the frequency of trust. Yeah. You're expanding beyond the identity that's been clinging to the old story. And when you shift, everything shifts. So today, my friend, I invite you to move like you have more than enough. Walk like you trust life can actually support you. Decide that scarcity is a story you've outgrown. Because when you do, you will find that the impossible has been waiting for you all along. It's not out there. It's here. It's now. It's yours. It's within you. There's something that's overflowing inside of you. And yeah, maybe you feel tired, or maybe you feel exhausted, or maybe you feel sad, or maybe you feel disappointed, or maybe you feel afraid. But there is something that is overflowing. There's always something that is overflowing. Maybe it's kindness. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's positivity. Maybe it's hope. Something is overflowing. And what I want to invite you to today is to do at least one thing today where you will share it like there's more than enough of it. Like, every single day I'm just moved by inspiration. I love the energy of inspiration, and every single day I'm overflowing with it. Like, maybe not every single day, but I find that space inside of me that has some inspiration to share. And I just love to share it with the world. I love to share it with you, because maybe it will open your heart, maybe it will not, but I tried. I gave something out. And that's what I mean by that. See it as there's more than enough. And then just transition it into other areas of your life. Like, treat money like there's more than enough. Maybe not at your bank account right now, but somewhere there's more than enough. And some people would be willing to pay you if you had something to offer, something that's more than enough. Like creativity for me, like I can just, create paintings because life is blessing me with new ideas. So there's more than enough for me to share, but I need to create, I need to put a lot of work into it. So what I'm giving you here is the idea. There is more than enough. There's something, you will find something inside of you that there's more than enough. And become so familiar with that energy that you can bring it into other areas of your life. That's what will make the impossible possible, and you're ready for it. So if you found this message valuable today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below. What inspired you? What you found valuable? Or what's your story with that? Inspire someone, my friend. You're part of the community. Participate, my friend. Yeah, show up. Be accountable. I will leave you here. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. And to anyone who would like to get a print of it, you can go onto AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video and type in the search, "The universe has your back," and you will get this painting. Thank you so much for your support. By buying my art, you're supporting this mission so we can keep going every single day. I'm bringing you out a new message. So stay tuned for the next one, and till next time, one love.